These are amazing, but I don't want to clean them. Chicken of the woods, chanterelles. They're beautiful. And there's still more out there, but some of them are looking better than others, like past their prime. The color is so much prettier in person. This camera's making it look a little more yellow than it's a nice deep orange. This is pretty true to color. This is showing a little bit more yellow than golden. Beautiful. I apologize. We've been having some problems with our audio, and I think we have it figured out. But what you missed in this segment, where there is no audio, is I made this dish a lot from our homestead. I grew the sweet potatoes. I foraged the chicken of the woods mushrooms. And we handmade the beans. I didn't grow them, but we cooked them from dry beans. And so it was just kind of a really satisfying meal to make, knowing that the bulk of the ingredients came from scratch.
Go away!
Rude. So, you've been dismissed. Okay, well, what do we think? It tastes good? I cannot eat it.
I took off the skin.
It's not my favorite. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I like the beans.
Oh, good. Is it the flavor you don't like? Is it the chicken you don't like? Is it...
I don't like this like gooey thing right here.
That's probably an onion.
Yeah, the onions. I don't also like the dog hairs in it.
Oh, welcome to our home.
So fave.
And
And the beans are a little crunchy, but
the beans are crunchy?
Yeah.
only some of them. Only some.
Okay, well, Emma cooked the beans. Yell at her. And the slimy onions could have been from the beans.
Yeah.
So
That's
probably what happened. Okay, well, that's a good start. Should we make it again or absolutely not? Samuel.
He's just a turd.
It's gross. The sweet potatoes are nasty.
I'm the same when it comes to stir fry though, so I understand.
Well, eat. I really worked hard on that.
Oh, did I have
He has a whole
COVID?
new computer.
You have not had COVID. That's very random.
You had no?
Because
It's been there for like 2 weeks now.
I usually like sweet potatoes.
But not now? I was mentioning that dairy products smell like Christmas trees to me since COVID, so that's why she asked that. So I guess that's not super random. You are being weird. Eat your food. I love this weather. We recently found our turkeys. You can see the egg right there. Well, we found that the turkey was laying a nest under here. Unfortunately, Sophie found that too. So she has pulled every egg out. And now we don't know where the nest is again. So sneaky, 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 sneaky mama. I've been saying chicken, and I've been saying it quietly because all the other kids know, but Sarah doesn't, that the chicken is actually chicken of the forest, which is a mushroom that I got today out of my forest. And so they're all a little bit appalled and a little bit upset that I used it, but you know, they need to get over it and they need to get used to eating things like that. What is this noise I'm hearing? I hope the goats are okay. I should go check. But so it's been a Monday. Why do Mondays have to be so crazy sometimes? But I guess it was a crazy Saturday. I'm just gonna share a bit of a little story with you. You scared her off. Long story short, Saturday was quite crazy. I was headed to pick up Missy from a friend's house quite late. She'd been to a church activity that ran late. So she was set to arrive at their house, I don't know, around 11-ish. Long story short, it was very dark. The roads out here are not very well lit. I was on a highway, but the highways are very rural out here. And I missed my turn, so I got all confused and turned around, and quite frankly, I was scared. I wasn't sure where I was, even though logically I should have known where I was, because the highway I was on is one straight shot to the next town. But, you know, my fears and anxieties played into, well, what if I turned? What if I, just what if? So I got really scared and disoriented, and I was trying to ask my phone, just, hey Siri, to look up. I knew what road they lived on, and it was taking me somewhere 22 hours away, and I was like, that is not the right road. So I was kind of panicking, and then all of a sudden, there's a deer hanging out with me, running kind of along the side of my car. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a dream. Like, not everything makes sense. Not everything's logical. So I don't know how to play by play explain exactly what happened, other than I knew I was going to hit this deer. I was in the car. I wasn't afraid of that. I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of being lost, but I was not at all afraid of this deer. Really crazy. In my muddled memories, it hit me in the front driver's side. So I watched my headlight shatter. There was a little bit of fear that came over me that I was not going to be able to see, because it's it was like pitch black. There must not have been a moon. It was black. And so I watched the light shatter, and obviously heard the impact, felt the impact. And just shortly down the road was a gas station. So it was lit, but nobody was there. Keeping in mind, this is like 11:10 at night. Nobody was there, but the lights were on inside. So I briefly had thought about going in and saying, I just hit a deer, help me. And then I thought, what are they going to do? I just hit a deer, And so I was a little bit afraid. Again, I was in the middle of nowhere. There were bars on the windows of this gas station. So that doesn't bode real well for it being a super safe location. So I just felt like, okay, just get back in the car. I kind of examined the damage. I examined the wheel, because I'd heard a little bit of rubbing on my way to where I pulled over. And anyway, so I got back on the road, and boy, was I praying. And at that point, I didn't call Jonah, because cell phone coverage out there is very spotty, and I didn't want him to worry. I didn't know how long it would take me to get from there to the gas station, and in hindsight, I probably should have let him know in case I couldn't get a hold of him. What if I'd broken down on the side of the road? I don't know, and I couldn't get a hold of him. But anyway, whatever. So I just started going to the gas station that I knew was down the road. And I pulled over to hurry and find my coordinates, so I knew exactly where I was going, to take that fear out of my mind. And I was able to get that. And I headed on down the road, and it was so scary, because I could hear rubbing on the tire. And so my anxiety was saying that I was going to rip a hole in the tire, that I was going to be stranded on the side of the road. And so I was just really fearful, but I just prayed, and I just went forward with faith, and I got to the gas station, where I was able to call Jonah. I was able to, two gentlemen that were there came to make sure I was okay, and I appreciated that. And I was quite concerned about the character of people being out. At this point, it's almost midnight, and so I was concerned about the character of people that might be out that late at night. But everybody was very kind, very no creep vibes. And so I was very blessed, very blessed. And then as I got to my friend's house, my friend's husband was able to kind of pull the fender out a little bit more, so there was absolutely no rubbing. So I appreciated that I didn't have that jarring noise to scare me again and again, as I was already kind of on high nerves. So many blessings, and really, I'm surprised there's not more damage. So this morning I've been on the phone all morning with adjusters and my insurance, and my agent has been more than amazing, and so I really appreciate that. And our deductible is less than we feared it would be. They're going to cover a rental if there is one available, because I guess after COVID, the rental companies got rid of a lot of their cars. So we don't know if we'll have a car. It's just all going to work out. But for me, the biggest blessing was that my headlight shattered, but the bulb didn't. So I still was able to see to get down this really, really, really dark highway. I was really grateful for the light that I was able to get there. And it could have been so much worse. Like, it really could have been. Like, if the deer had come a certain way and come up over the car, into the windshield, over. I mean, it could have totaled the car. It could have put me in the hospital. So I'm really grateful. I was quite concerned that I doubt I killed the deer. I mean, I hit its back quarters. Probably broke lots of things. Really, really sad. So I doubt I killed it. So in my prayers that night, I prayed something would come and finish it off. And we had church early the next day, or I might have considered going back and looking for it. And I just thought, I just can't. You just got to put that in God's hand and have faith, not fear, and just do the dang best you can. But I'm grateful that everything is okay, even though it is a minor inconvenience. You know, there is that extra expenses. You know, life's not cheap. We just bought a pound of butter at the store, $6 for a pound of butter. So we do the best we can, budget the best we can, and we're just grateful that we're all okay. Jonah's working late tonight. No idea when he'll be home, but I super appreciate him and all he does for our family. I have put a timer. The kids have 36 seconds to be done with their dinner, so I'm going to go and see. If they're not done, I've just told them to, put it away and nothing else to eat for the rest of the night. So I've heard that's the best thing to do, is to set a timer and not get mad at them. I don't know. I used to be angry, eat all your food, but I guess that can contribute to like food eating disorders and stuff. I don't know. So just figure, you're not going to finish your dinner, you don't get to eat anything else. So let's go see if they finished their food. Come on, you. Timer's done. Who's finished?
I'm basically done.
You're basically done. Okay, sir. Clean it up. Nothing else to eat tonight. I know. That's rough.
Literally not even one bite left.
Good job. Put it in a dish.
Sorry.
Thank you.